everyone, and welcome to Faith and Yoga at St. Bartholomew's. I'm Dixie. I'm here with my husband, Fred, Aaron Porter, and Glenn Gobrecht. And today we're going to focus on bringing you some joy through our practice of yoga. I need to tell you a little something, and I'm going to ask Aaron if she'll focus over until the painting. In South Hanover, it's peony season, and I've been teased by a lot of pictures of peonies from different states on Facebook. And we have a row that came with our house, and our house is probably how old, Fred?
About 60 years old.
60 years old, so I don't know if the peonies were there from the very beginning, but I have a feeling that they were. So my peonies were all still balled up, really tight little lollipop balls on top of the stems, but I just knew that one had to open in time for yoga. And with great joy, one did open up yesterday afternoon, and I left it on the peony bush all day, and then I cut it before it was dark last night, put it in the breezeway before I didn't forget it, because my painting that I did this week is focused on peonies and joy. And didn't we forget it? We got to the church and I'm like, snap, we forgot the peony, and it's the only peony at home. So I thought, well, maybe St. Bartholomew's has some peony bushes somewhere. So I looked around. No, there weren't any. So Fred took the car and went back home and brought the flower here. So Fred, you brought me joy by doing that for me. And I hope the peony and this little story brings you joy, because joy is from little things. So thank you, Aaron. I'm going to start today by giving you a reading that I found posted, and it's called Joy. Today, I'm fixing my eyes on the goodness that surrounds me. Today, I'm seeking beauty and kindness. Today, I'll count my many, many blessings. Today, I'm going to smile and breathe and feel the sun on my face. Today, I'll pray and remember Jesus is right by my side. Today, I'm choosing joy. So we're going to do several joy-centered things today as part of our practice. But before we get into our practice, I'm going to ask my yoga friends if they'll come forward. We have a reading that we're going to do. So if Aaron, if you want to come first, I think you have the first reading.
Peace belongs to me. I am a child of God. Fred?
Joy belongs to me. I am a child of God.
Freedom is my inheritance. I am a child of God.
And together,
We belong because we believe. We are children of God.
Thank you. Thank all of you. We're going to start with another new technique of breathing. This has been a month where I've shared several techniques with you, and I bet you're not going to be able to guess what this is called. It's called Breath of Joy. And we're also going to use the gong to get us started. All right, so here we are. We'll pull back in into this breath of joy. This breath of joy is a movement of breathing that uses arm movements, 3 sniffs, and a ha. So you're going to see that we've been doing some of these things for a while, but we're going to put them all together. And I know sometimes it seems like doing a breath with a repetition of 10 times seems like a lot, but sometimes that's what you need to do to get the joy from it. So the breath of joy is a breath technique that can help you if you're feeling sad, or if you're low on energy, or you just need to be uplifted to get yourself kick-started. So this is how you do the breath of joy. So remember what I said, it's 3 sniffs, and with the arms they come. And then, ha. So you're actually bending your knees while you're coming down. So I'm going to demonstrate one more time. 3 sniffs with the arms. Ha. And now we're going to do it. So if my yoga friends will help me to keep count of the 10 breaths, the ones the demo breaths didn't count as part of our sequence. And also, if you have trouble remembering how the hand movements go, to me it almost seems like you're getting ready to dive off a diving board with these arms. So let's get started. Remember to smile when doing the breath of joy. So here, and remember to have a little spring in your knees like you were going to bounce off of a diving board. So starting with ha, coming up, ha, ha, ha. Good job, people. Ha. I counted 5. Ha. 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 And one more. Ha. And now, we're here like this. We're going to go sniff. Ha. Sniff. Ha. Sniff. Ha. Wow. How are you doing out there? Can I see some smiles? If nothing else, if you're cold, it will warm you up. That's for sure. That's for sure. I also wanted to tell you something I thought about. I wanted to thank you all for being with us while we did the hula hoop throughout the month of May. And while I was working with some things, I realized that you can't spell you or joy without your hula hoop. Right? Right? So just remember that. Don't forget to pick up your hula hoop and use it throughout the week. So I tell you what, that breath of joy warmed me up. I'm going to slip out of this, and we will move on here. So we got our breath all warmed up again. So let's just do, bring hands to heart center. And you can either stand on your mat or in a comfortable position and focus on how you're feeling right now. My body is warmed up. It feels good. I can feel from my toes all the way up to my head some energy that maybe has not been moving before. And I would also like you to focus on something that brings you joy. And if you've not been able to do this or capture it or see or visualize or hear this thing that may bring you joy, I hope that you will be able to do that throughout the practice today. So taking just a few minutes here, just a breath in through the nose and exhaling through the mouth, just a centering and exhaling. And then letting your hands come down by your side and just giving yourself some loose arms here. And And we're going to start by coming to tall mountain. So let your arms reach up. Do a gentle bend to the right. Stretch those arms out so you're reaching. Coming back up to tall mountain. Stretching a little farther, all the way from the toes, stretching all the way to those fingertips. And then leaning toward the left. And coming back to tall mountain. Let your hips loosen up here by going around in circles. Like you're drawing some circles on the wall or the ceiling. And then reversing that circle. And then letting your hands be parallel to each other and slowly bringing them down as you let yourself come into a forward fold. Let your head hang heavy. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Let your arms draw circles, loose circles on the mat beside you or underneath you. And then reverse your direction. And then come to stillness. And slowly let yourself rise back up again. Coming back to a stillness and standing, thinking about what fills your center with joy. Taking your nose like it would be a crayon and drawing an imaginary line halfway and then reversing it and going the other way. Just like that, getting the neck loosened up. And drawing some full circles with that nose and going the other direction. Coming to stillness again. You can let your hands come down by your side. Let that right ear go over towards the right shoulder for a neck extension. And back up to center. And then to the left. And then to center, and then just gently let your head choose a direction to do some head rolls in. About 3 in each direction. And once again, coming to stillness. We're going to start with our shoulders, doing some shoulder lifts, taking it back and down. So we're lifting our shoulders up, back, and down. You can remember to smile a little while we're doing this. And then reversing. Maybe one direction feels better for you than the other. And coming to stillness. We're going to put our hands out in front of us. We're going to reach with the left hand, take the right arm by the elbow, and pull gently across our chest, loosening up that arm. I thought I saw someone waving at me. You can wave. One deep breath here, and then you can release. Put those arms out again. This time, take the left elbow and pull it gently across your chest. Wave to your neighbor. and back down again. Once again, we're going to fold at the waist for a forward fold. Let the head hang heavy. This time we're going to walk the hands around to the left side of the foot. And take a deep breath there. And then walk back to center and over to the right side of the foot. Come back to center. Once again, let that head hang heavy. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Let yourself come up to a half forward fold, hands on shins. Your back should be nice and flat, pointed out in front of you. You can release, relax your shoulders. And then let yourself come slowly back up again. We're going to prepare for a tree pose here. And if you have your hula hoop nearby, grab the hula hoop now. We're going to hold it in front of us. And first we're just going to lift that right foot up a few times. How about 5 times for the right foot? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll do the same for the left. Getting ourselves slowly accustomed to being balanced on one foot. Now I want you to get strong into your left foot. And just to make things easier and to have more success for everybody, let's just choose this position where your toes are on the ground and just propped against your ankle here. And when you're ready, lift your hoop up to demonstrate a tree. Good job. Good job. And then if you want, you can let your hands go out along the side a little more. Good success I see all around. And then let your tree come down. And shake that foot out a little bit, step it out. We're now going to get strong in our right foot. And the same thing, a little balance on the left, a little kickstand holding up there. Remember to find your drusy, you still need it here, your focus point. And lift your hula hoop as you find your focus. And when you're ready, you can make your tree. Good job. Good job, everyone. And let your hula hoop come down. Wonderful. Okay, I'll meet you on the mat. You just put your hula hoops aside for now. So let's come down to an easy seated position on the mat. And we're going to start working our hips a little bit. So if you can bring the soles of your feet together. And we'll do our butterfly or bound angle cobbler pose. And get those hips loosened up. Make sure to check in with your posture. And work those legs. Let them come to stillness while you have the legs in an open position. And just see if you can flex them down toward the ground a little bit more from where they are. So you get a good stretch there. And you can let your legs come out in front of you. And let your arms go up. Bend at the waist and let the hands come down to the toes. And do a stretch here. And letting yourself come back up. We're going to take our right leg and cradle it and do some hip circles with that right leg in each direction. I suggest at least 5 in each direction. And then reverse it. And let that leg go back out. And take the left leg and the same. And let's bring those feet back into the cobbler pose and give them another good stretch. Maybe you can pull those feet in closer to your groin area here. Maybe you can get a different kind of stretch, a little deeper. Just a few more butterflies here. And let's once again hold them so they're stretching down. Take a nice breath in and exhale. Send those feet out long. One more staff position, arms go up. Let's bend at the waist. Maybe you can reach a little farther this time. Go a little deeper. Take a deep breath in here. And down. Come back up. Let's pull that right knee into our chest area. Give it a good hug here. Left arm's going to come around and hold it in place while we twist to the right and look over our right shoulder. Breathing in here and out. Release that leg and let's pull the left one into our chest. Readjust your posture position. Right arm comes around and holds it in place as we turn to the left. You can release that. And we're going to come up down to laying in a supine position on the mat. Let yourself have a full body stretch here, just like you were doing tall mountain. Stretch as much as you can. And pull that right knee into your chest. And once again, work it in the hips a little bit again, a couple circles in each direction. And then release. And then do the same with the left hip. Pulling it into your chest and then releasing it. Take one more full body stretch here. Breathe in some joy. And we're going to prepare to do the bridge pose. So in bridge pose, we're already on our back. We're going to put our hands by our side, along down by our thighs. We're going to bring the soles of our feet to the mat, bend at the knees. And we're going to walk our heels back towards our fingers. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. By loosening them up, I'm hoping you can get them closer than if we wouldn't have warmed up that area. And then let your knees just go from side to side here a little bit. Come to stillness. When you're ready, we're going to take a breath in. And as we do, we're going to lift up and form that bridge pose. So when you're ready, get strong and lift up those hips. And let your body come up, get strong in those legs. You can keep your hands where they are, or you can bound them underneath your bottom. Stay strong here. I didn't forget about you. And you can let yourself come back down. Good job, everyone. Let yourself take a windshield wiper from side to side. Get a drink if you need one. And we're going to switch around and I'll meet you in tabletop. So we're here in tabletop position. Make sure that your wrists are under your shoulders here, that your knees are hip distance apart, and just wag your tail a little bit just to get that lower lumbar area loosened up. And let's do a few cat-cow poses here. So we're going to take a breath in. As we do, the belly drops, gaze looks up for cow. On the next exhale, we're going to pull our navel around our spine into cat. Inhale, belly drops. Cow. Exhale, cat. Good job. And let yourself come to a neutral position. We're going to tuck our toes and walk our hands back up and place them on our thigh and just stretch our toes in a different direction here, if that's comfortable for you. Let yourself, and if you can sit back, I can never quite go down all the way because it's not comfortable for me without the blanket, but let yourself sit back a little bit. And remembering to have some good posture here. And then back down. Keep your toes tucked. Or if you need, you can, how about we just give them a shake out here for those that might have gotten some little cramps in them. And then tuck your toes. And we're going to lift up to down dog. So here we are in down dog. So stretch your legs a little bit, pedal them out. We're going to cross the left leg over the right. Bring it back to center. Getting strong again. Move that right leg over the left. And bring it back. And we're going to get ready for pigeon pose. So here we are. We're going to bring our left leg up to be with our hands. If you need to readjust it, please do. But let yourself have a good stretch here in your pigeon pose. A lot of people get joy from bird watching. And this pigeon pose is a nice way to think about just what it might be like to have the form of a bird. If you're comfortable with your hands being in front of you, that's fine. You can stay like this, or you can come down like this. And let's hold it for just a moment. Breathing in and down. Two more breaths here. And letting yourself come back out, however you are most comfortable. And I'll meet you back up again in down dog. Once again, we're going to pedal a little bit. Cross that right leg over and bring it. Yogi's choice on hand position, whether you want to stay up or down. And when you come out of Pigeon Pose, I'm going to ask to meet you in tabletop position. And Fred's going to come up and show you some poses that he chose today.
Okay, so we've done, excuse me, so we've done the downward dog. We're going to do some variations on downward dog that maybe we haven't touched on before. So one of those being three-legged dog or extended dog. So we'll take our position on the mat and down into a downward facing dog. Okay. From here, we're going to shift the one leg up. Toes pointed up toward the sky. Hold that for a few seconds, remembering to breathe. We'll bring that right foot back down the mat. Maybe pedal out a little bit. Alternate to the left foot. Point those toes up to the sky. Hold that for a few seconds. And the left foot back down. Another variation of downward dog. We can take our right hand and do a revolve downward dog. Bring that back to our left ankle. Being supported with our left hand. Bring the right hand back up. Take the left hand, bring it to the right ankle. Again, remembering to breathe. Place your left hand back down the mat. And we're going to do another variation of the three-legged dog. So we'll take our right leg up in the air. We'll bend our knee. Keep those toes pointed up toward the sky. Hold here for a few seconds. Bring that right foot back.